After a butte night's camp and, you know, maybe a couple of brown lemonades, we decided to go up to Waddy Point first thing next morning. Waddy Point was named by Lieutenant Matthew Flinders back in 1802, but at that stage they didn't even know Fraser was an island. They thought it was part of the mainland. From up on top of the headlands you get a 360-degree view. It's beautiful up here. You can see all sorts of wildlife too. Can't see the whales this morning though. Oh, you alright with your Victorian feet?
Yeah, we're tough, mate.
I'm going to shout you some problems, mate. There's Brad grabbing a couple of happy snaps. I'll tell you what, if you want to see some awesome stuff, some really good wildlife photography, have a look at his Instagram page. It's MAXTRAX HQ, and there's some amazing stuff on there really is. Anyway, after we've had a bit of a look, it's back down to the trucks because we're going to head up the beach and see what's happening up at Ngkala. And with Ngkala in mind, every one of our vehicles has got some MAXTRAX somewhere, I can tell you that for sure. Brad's got the new Extremes with the studs. Oh, they look awesome, don't they? And they're replaceable too, which in my experience it takes a lot to rip up a set of MAXTRAX. As it is, but if you do, well, there's a good reason for it. You just saved your vehicle. There's lots of wildlife on the beach at Fraser, and it's funny how the pelicans always hang around the fishermen, isn't it? Must make their job fairly easy. Anyway, it's only a brief run up to Ngkala, and of course you should always stop up here and have a bit of a look. Vehicles coming the other way is the best sign there is, it really is. It means everything's nice and clear and it's open. Look at this now, this is how you get a boat through Ngkala real easy. Did you make this yourself?
Pull that pin. When you lift this up, that pin locks into another hole there.
Yeah.
That's your pin you pull out when you unhook the car and you put the snatch strap up in there.
Yeah.
So you can use your car back to the forwards, you keep on snatching it.
Oh,
you don't get bogged.
Mate.
You haven't got a dead weight.
There you go, boaties. That's Alan, that's his idea, and that's absolutely awesome. Mate, you should be marketing those.
I should. Kempy's jockey wheels.
Before we start heading through, we're going to get Brad to drive the big 6-wheel drive-through. I'm real keen to see how it goes. I know it's going to be awesome. And not only that, we wanted to spend a fair bit of time filming it, so when you get here, you'll have a good feel for it yourself. Gee, the 6-wheel drive makes it look easy, doesn't it? He's got plenty of MAXTRAX on the roof too. I reckon we might be needing those before too long. Now the whole trick to Ngkala, this first little bit, you know, where it's all wet, and that's not too bad at all. As long as you've got a little bit of clearance. You can see Milo too lurching her way through, no worries at all. Plenty of traction through here. Where it gets a bit tricky is just after this bit, because you've got a whole lot of really soft sand that for the most part has been baked in the hot sun on Fraser. And with all the vehicles through to the tip going through the same path, it's been pulverised until it's really fine. That's it you can see coming up now. And you've probably noticed too, there's only a handful of places where you can actually get a couple of vehicles past each other, which is why this can become a real bottleneck sometimes. But so far, Milo 2's just roaring on straight through. And talk about roaring, here's Matt in the big Section 8 V8. Ah, oh, don't they sound good? Richard's 105 does it easy too. You know what, these live axle 100 series are about the best thing around, I reckon. and that's how easy it is. Oh no, we need him again.
Don't put them away.
It's amazing how many blokes I know have regular annual outings to Fraser Island. You know, they go up there for the fishing and the camping and just the sheer old fun of it. A big shout out to me mate Jason too from BCF, because I know he's part of a regular gang that does Fraser every year, unless they're doing the Cape or something more exciting. But pretty soon there's a Ford extra cab stuck right in that soft sand. MAXTRAX Brad knows the answer, doesn't he? Well, he should. He invented them. Whoa, this will make it easy. I've never seen the MAXTRAX Extremes work under pressure yet. So this is going to be awesome, because this is exactly what people are going to be using them for. And probably right here. The studded Extremes. Don't they just make those copycat things look, you know, like cheap and nasty plastic? Anyway, pretty soon the old extra cab's through and the track's clear again. Don't they sound great? Oh yeah, go, go, go! Once you're through Ngkala, it's pretty much plain sailing all the way up around the top. But you can see now how it works and why Ngkala can be a real bottleneck. But just be aware too, sometimes on Fraser, when the tides ride out, you can actually sneak around on the beach side of Ngkala. All you got to do is time it about right. Oh gee, you know what? Following the big six-wheeler, I really got the urge to have a go at this myself. Wonder if Brad will let me have a drive if I ask him real nice. Oh, well, you can see how we do our filming, can't you? Ha! Come on, Richard, slam on the brakes. Let's see what happens. Ha ha! What a beast!
It is a bit, isn't it?
This is Brad's truck. You'd kind of expect the guy who invented the MAXTRAX to have something that gets stuck a lot, you know, like a Nissan or something. But oh, no. He's got something that's virtually unsinkable. And this would be the only one like it at the moment, wouldn't it?
There's two of them out there now.
There's
another one being built at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically what we got here is a 200 series. What's happening up the front? Anything?
We've got the TJ bull bar and the side rails, which you can see have already had a workout. And
they have too.
the livered lights, which I think are fantastic to drive me on. The Icon suspension, so really good quality American-made race suspension, so it makes a difference. And then the cab conversion was done by Creative at Brendale, so they did the cab cut.
Oh yeah.
And then Australian Expedition Vehicles did the six-wheel conversion.
Right.
So it's basically, I don't know whether you know J-Max, but it's basically a double J-Max setup with a drive-through centre diff.
Yep.
So it's an on-demand system. So when that middle axle slips about an inch, it engages that rear axle and you get the drive. So when you start to struggle, you just feel that kick. It's like hitting the diff locks. You just feel like kicking away you go. So it's on demand.
That's all automatic.
Automatic. Yeah, you don't have to press any buttons or anything. It just happens.
It just happens.
And then it backs off when you don't need it. So you're not driving that rear axle the whole time, which is good. So this is the sleeper cab. So when you're doing a long road trip and you just feel like pulling over for a little kip, it's perfect for that. So it's a one person, well, two at a pinch.
Two at a pinch if you like them.
It's pretty good for one person. And just to have that, you know, to be able to lay flat for an hour and have a bit of a rest when you're on the road.
Oh no, yeah, I sleep with my feet out the window a mile over. It's not the same.
Yeah, I've done that.
That's
This
glorious.
is way better. That's way better.
What's in your second one? Just all your gear.
So this side's the kitchen. So I've got the fridge on a slide.
Oh, look
and
at
I've
that.
just got these boxes. I like to just take the table out, set the table up, grab the boxes out, and there's your food, there's your cutlery and whatever.
Yeah.
A couple of folding chairs,
Magic.
fire pit, and because I like that. I like to keep that versatile. So if I'm not going anywhere, potentially I could do a delivery and fill that up with MAXTRAX. If I need to drop them somewhere remote like Orchid Beach, you know.
Yeah, like Orchid Beach. You can set up a stall there.
Yeah. So that's the kitchen.
But come on around, have a look at the back, because you know we've got another winch, a super winch. What's a super winch?
It's they used to make them for Toyota as that was like the standard fitment if you bought one direct from the dealer.
Yeah.
So the company, it's a US company, and they I saw them at SEMA a couple of years ago and I spoke to them. They gave me a couple to trial out here because they're trying to get into the Australian market. And they've got this new one. It's called the EXP, and it's got like a Bluetooth controller with your phone.
Oh yeah.
And it vibrates if it gets too hot, and it gives you all that feedback, and you can control the line speed. It's really fast line speed. So it's a really good winch, but generally I'm winching somebody
You're
else.
pulling someone else, I'd reckon.
But then if this thing gets stuck, hopelessly stuck somewhere, and I need to winch it backwards.
That's a big job. Up top we got Bush Company.
The Bush Company rooftop tent, which is just brilliant.
I know how good they are.
It's I love it. It's fantastic. Outback Customs at Caboolture did the tray and the canopy.
Cool.
So this side's just we've got camera boxes like pelican cases. So that's the ladder for the tent.
Yep. Oh.
So just pelican cases, compressors, first aid kit, toolbox, all that sort of stuff in there. Just so the stuff's not bouncing all over the shop.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Easy to get at.
So up here you got a fair bit happening too. What's this?
It's just a scan gauge. So it's just an OBD reader. It gives you what's going on with the ECU and the engine, so you can check the temperatures, the air pressures, all that sort of stuff on the go.
So could you reset it if a fault code came up or something?
Yeah, if you get a fault code, you can reset the fault code and you can see what the fault code is. So, not that the fault codes come on very often in this thing. So probably the only thing is if the DPF light comes on, you know, you can do a check on that and then do a force burn if need be.
I've seen a few of these. The problem has been the air filter blocking up. Have you done anything air filter wise?
No.
Just run the standard?
I'm looking at getting a new air box for it because I've heard the horror stories about people dusting their motors. But this has been, I mean, we've done the Bite, we've done the Cape, and we've done the Simpson in this over the last 2 years, and you know, I haven't had any issues. We just check it daily, give it a blow down before we take the lid off, and it seems to be pretty good. So
I think it happens to people who don't know it's got an air filter, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But other than that, it's pretty stock. I've got a Steinbauer chip on it, so it gives it a little bit, gives it quite a bit more power.
Quite a bit more power.
And you see, it takes off all right for something this heavy and big.
It does. How much does it weigh?
It's about 5.5 tonne.
5.5 tonne.
Yeah, and then once you load it up, 7 metres.
7 metres.
Yeah, just on 7 metres.
Right. So there's a few ships out there that are probably smaller.
Yeah. Well, I parked it next to an M1 Abrams tank the other day and it's the same length, except for the barrel, obviously.
I've seen a whole lot of trick trucks in my time, especially from guys in the trade. You know, like you get the head of this or the boss of that or something, and they have an awesome truck. But I've known Brad a really long time. I've known him since the beginning of MAXTRAX, and even before that, I was buying his books on, you know, Fraser Island, stuff like that, because he wrote the book on this stuff. And this truck, how many miles has it done already?
It's about 90,000 so far.
90,000. It's not his everyday driver, you know.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. We're talking about a guy who absolutely lives and loves our lifestyle to the max.
So do you want to have a drive?
Can I?
Of course.
Fair dinkum.
Of course
you only
you
have
can.
to say once, mate.
Jump in, mate, jump in.
Righto. Just let me do it.
Just be aware, mate, that there's heated seats, so if you get that warm glow, it's not you.
What? Wow.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. I thought it'd feel really weird, but it doesn't.
No. You don't really notice. It's just occasionally you get that, you hit the whoops and you start to do that, and it sort of nose, you know, bounces a little bit, but generally it's pretty good. It doesn't feel really that heavy.
No, it doesn't. I thought it'd take about 100 miles.
It's not that bad, is it?
It's not bad at all.
That's probably no more than a 70.
I don't think that's any more than a 70. No way.
I've just sunk into the tank.
Oh, cool. We get to do a recovery.
Give it a boot just to feel it.
Oh, wow.
For something this big and heavy, it takes off all right.
Gee, look at that. He just sank completely. Well done, Richard.
See those orange things on the roof?
See those orange things on the roof? It's quicksand. Quicksand, Richard. No shame with that, mate. Whoa, look at that. Wow. Wow. The thing about quicksand is that as the tide comes in, it just gets wetter and wetter, and the vehicle sinks even quicker. You'd really be hating yourself for investing in a set of those cheap rubbish tracks about now when your vehicle's at stake, eh? Well done, Richard. You found the only quicksand on Fraser.
I think so. Well, I think there's a fair bit on the west coast.
On the west side there. Pretty soon we're off and away again. Well, I'm off and away in the six-wheeler. Stay tuned for the next episode, because I'm going to show you one of the best camps there is right up the top end.